How did you first get into Bitcoin? Tell us a little bit of the story. How you got involved?
I've been working at UMass as a staff programmer in the Computer Science Department Research Group. My wife's a professor at UMass as a staff programmer in the Computer Science Department Research Group. My wife's a professor at UMass. I actually quit that job before going on a 6-month sabbatical in Australia. I just happened to read a little blurb online in somebody's blog that mentioned this Bitcoin project, which is an open source attempt to do money. And it caught my interest. I basically just spent a few days, read everything I could about it, read the source code, downloaded the source code, thought about it, and I really couldn't convince myself that it would not work. It seemed like Satoshi had thought of everything. Since then, I've just been sucked down the rabbit hole.
Bitcoin is open source software. With open source software, the code is publicly available. Anyone can look at it and see how it runs, and they can also contribute their own changes. Programmers like Gavin were able to join Satoshi to work on Bitcoin, simply because they were interested.
Over time, I think Satoshi learned to trust me. He could see that I didn't make very many stupid mistakes. I never had any personal connection with Satoshi. It was always purely business. And I think that's because he was so worried about people finding out his identity. I don't know why. My last email to him was telling him that I had agreed to go visit the folks at the CIA. So, quite how big it is yet. Right now, Bitcoin's $1 billion project. When I started, it was this tiny little experiment. And as it gets bigger, the pressure to not screw up just gets bigger and bigger.
2 weeks later, the price soared past 150.
150.
Some Bitcoiners woke up to find out they were Bitcoin millionaires.
Bitcoin millionaires, only $150. These people are definitely billionaires by now.
BitInstant was one of the first startups in the Bitcoin space. In Bitcoin's infancy,
Yeah, that one guy sold his business for 120,000 Bitcoins back when they were cheap.
This process required
He's got tons of Bitcoins.
And could take weeks. Charlie launched BitInstant to streamline this process and to help people buy Bitcoins quickly.
I mean, Bitcoin will reach $1 million somewhere by 2030, 2033.
Today, Charlie's being
In the next at least 5 to 8, anywhere between 5 to 8 years. I think it'll hit $1 million. The calculations show it.
Bitcoin thing can actually change the world.